Cruising in Friday afternoon, Nugget Lake. I already got all my gear down at the creek, and I'm shuttling in. Andrew and Benzo's here. Benza's trailer tied to my trailer. Andrew's gear's in my trailer, and I'm going slow. I could go faster, but I don't want to lose the gear. As it is, I think I gotta go take a quick ride because my hoodie fell out on the way in and I don't know what happened to it. So, somewhere there's gonna be some kid running around the campground in a Carl Madley YouTube hoodie. Hopefully it turns up. There it is. Woo woo! I told these guys I'm gonna hide their gear and charge them 20 bucks to tell them where it's at. That's the deal. Figure that's fair enough. But alright, see you at the creek. Alright, we got Andrew panning away. Benzo over here says he just found a piece big enough to retire. We got their sluices over here in the good spot. I got this little side channel with half the water I need, but no, it looks good. It's gonna run good. Marty and Austin are up there doing their thing, and Heavy Metal Prospector come to hang out for a little while longer before he drives the 5-hour ride home. He's going to miss out on all the fun tomorrow. But we'll save you some gold for the next trip. In the meantime, I've been screwing around, hauling people's gear, doing anything but digging dirt. So there's my hole from the other day. Just like I promised, I'm going right back to it. So let's see what I can find. So they told me I had to do a test pan, and I was like, but I know I've already found gold in my hole. But they're like, no, you got to do a test pan. So I did a half a test pan, and I got that pretty good sized piece. That piece there, there is probably about 10 or 12 pieces in there, but you know, you can't ever keep them all in one spot. And then when I had them all rodeoed into one area, half of them took off floating. So but yeah, I'm still on the gold. Gonna continue. I got that bucket about half full. I got a little bit in the bucket underneath the pan. We're getting her. Okay, it's time for a quick snack, and I have earned it. I got that 11-gallon bucket right there, full to the top, and then the 2 5-ers are a little over half full. So we're gonna call that 3.5, 3.25 buckets or so. Sluice is there ready for me. Scooper's down there ready for me. Andrew and Benza have been finding good stuff in all their tests. Same thing down there with Austin and Marty. And it really looks like it wants to rain on us, but so far it hasn't. So I'm going to get my stuff sluiced. And really it wouldn't matter at this point if it rained on me because I am sweating profusely. The hole is doing good over there. Doing real good. So, be back to you in a little bit, showing you what's in the pan. Alright, the sluice is running superbly. I've just about put that 11-gallon bucket all the way through. We got at least 10 of it in there. And look at there, she's just running. And if you look, I have this like 3-inch of the first part of the mat. You can see pieces of gold in there all over. There's a piece, there's a piece, there's some pieces. And as this ripple here clears out, it starts showing all kinds of them. There's one, there's 2 or 3 grouped up there, there's another one. So yeah, it's going very good. I like what I see. There's even some right there. Where's my finger? Right there, a couple pieces. So we'll get you in the pan in a minute. Oh, there's a big flake flopping around. Where are you? Right there. That's a nice one. You can see that plain as day. Going great. Like I said, I got these 2 buckets I'm sitting on, and that one over there, this one here, about that full. I'm about to get up and dump them into this bucket because it's way easier to scoop out of. And we'll get you in a pan and see what we got. Alright, first look. Man, does it look good too. There is just little speckles of gold everywhere. Look at in that trench. Across there. There's a piece. Everywhere you look in there, every little dot you see is a speck of gold. I am happy with that. Come out to about 4 or 5 gallon buckets by my math. Oh man, let's look at it from this angle because it really looked like you could see it better. Gold, 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 gold. Hold focus. Let's try a super zoom and see what happens. Here we are in the super zoom. Look at that. There's a pile of gold right there. Another pile of gold. Oh, I can't wait to get this in a pan. It looks good. It looks real good. Let's see if there's any more. Let's just check this. Look at there. Look at that riffle. Just stuffed full. Come out, try to turn around and see it from the other side. There we are. What do we got here? There's some. They're stacked up in there all over. Woohoo! Alright, let's get this in a pan and take a better look. Well, there is a lot more hiding in that pile of black sand that now I'm getting to where this stuff's floating when I try looking for more gold in here. But look at that. Some really nice sized pieces and a great population. And yeah. Goes all the way over. There's a big guy right there. No complaints there for 4 buckets. I'm gonna do a little bit more panning. I'm panning into a safety bucket, so.
Oh, sandy too. Get through the sand though, but
you can see like right there. Where is that? Right there.
But where I'm at is
there's pieces in there. There, see them coming up. Looking good. Looking real good. Yeah. Awesome. Look at that big piece. Woohoo! I'm gonna get this cleaned up and into the cons bucket and get the rest of it into the cons bucket. I might do a cons cleanup later on. It's been a good day. We're gonna continue this tomorrow. I'm starting everybody's gear out again. This is the only spot I gotta help it a little bit. Oh, she's down to 5. She's down to... I'm just pedaling a little bit. And then here we are off again. Saturday morning, day 2. You guys are watching my video. I'm making a new one. I beat everybody in today. I didn't haul anybody's stuff in. I agreed to haul people out, but not in. So this is what the creek looks like before all of us get down here. And I did see there's one guy down there. You can see him set up. Didn't recognize who it was, but he's up early getting it done. Creek's nice and clean this morning. Last night I filled that hole in. That was a pretty big hole, and I just grabbed every monster rock I could find and threw it in there. That bank's trying to wash out, so I did my part. There's another pretty good sized hole here. I threw some stuff in, but wasn't a whole lot of rocks left to throw in there. And this is where I've been working. It looks like it's trying to fill itself in a little bit. Something was down there cruising around. Little swirlies in there. But I plan on digging more here. I haven't decided if I'm gonna go up that way, if I'm gonna go that way, or if I'm gonna come this way. We were talking about that quite a bit yesterday, and I'm not exactly sure. I'm going one of them ways today, and then I'll get all this raked back in, and that's my pile. This was all flat like that, and that's how much my little effigy mound. So I'm not going to get right to digging. I did some stretching this morning. I think I'm just going to walk for a little while here, get the stiffness worked out, see if anybody else is here. And I know this whole spot is super deep, so let's go around the other way. Probably catch those other guys walking in. Still don't see anybody yet. Do the super fast. Oh, little nature watch this morning. Got some gold miners in their natural habitat, walking into the spot they're gonna dig. They can be scared easily, so I'm being quiet. I hear a few more over there in the creek. Here comes one now. Oh, it looks like a healthy specimen. That is a big old wagon.
Is that going to be the opening scene of your video?
Oh, it's going to be in the video for sure. There's a guy further down from where we're at digging than these guys. Morning! We having any luck down here today?
This is the first bucket.
First bucket.
Yeah.
You're way more ambitious than I am.
I'll blame my other half down there. I'm just still sleeping.
I woke up at 6:30. I was like, it's dark. I'm going back to sleep. But
There's 2 breakfast sandwiches if you never ate it. You just grilled them.
they actually, I could smell them too. There's someone making bacon in the campground too. Yeah, well, we're gonna get set up further down. There's you guys see Jason yet?
So I'm driving by.
Fargo
He
Wizard's
headed
gonna
back,
be here
yeah.
in a minute. Or if he's not here somewhere.
Well,
I've not
he
seen him come
headed
down
back
here.
to the campground, and just before, as we were walking away, he pulled up. So.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he usually wanders in here so he can get Rigby across the swamp. But all right. Oh my God! It's the Flower Gold Wizard. Morning, Rigby.
Howdy.
Jason, what's going on? Oh, long drive this morning. Shut this off.
Barrels and fly.
Well, they tell me I got a test pan. I've been digging in this hole for 2 days, but whatever. I took a test pan. So we'll get this pan back. See what we can see. Jason's over there getting her done. Rigby's looking for a breakfast sandwich. Zach finally made it. I ain't been in the creek with Zach in a year. He's been off doing Uperlite stuff and so other stuff. Those guys are down there taking over the whole dam again. It's gonna be a great day. The sun's out. It doesn't look like nuclear winter like it did yesterday, so if I can find more gold than Jason, I'll be doing good. We got superstars in the house. Marty Nutt, Jeff Williams, and the Glacial Gold Hunter. We are getting her did. I got one fiver over there. I'm working on the next one. And I decided to dig the hole further up into this way for a while today. See how it does. I'll get 4 buckets sluiced up quick and then maybe do a couple more. So Jason's over there pounding away. So I gotta get moving. Well, I got 3 buckets done, and I thought I better run a test pan as I'm digging my 4th bucket. And would you look at that? There's 10 of them, and they're all really big. There's actually a little bit more than 10. None of that's super fine gold, and that seems to be the trend over here where we're digging. But I'm fine not getting super fine if I'm getting these bigger pieces. So, gonna put a hurting on Jason today. He put the challenge out. I gotta see what I can do. Alright, I got my pay dirt pile stacked by the wash plant. 11 gallons in that bucket. 5 in that one. If you guys haven't ever done this before, you put your super sluice upside down on the bucket and that makes the best seat. It doesn't move anywhere and it's pretty comfy, honestly. And so far the pan seems to be handling the weight. So let's see, let's get the first scoop in. See how she looks. Get a real big scoop in there. I just did that test pan over there, right where my last bucket got dug from. And I had 10 really respectable sized pieces of gold, maybe even 11 or 12, right up on top. So, oops, I just opened up a portal over here. What'd I do? Broke my dam. That's just gonna have to be good enough. So can we see any gold right away? Ooh, there's a piece right. Ooh, it just buried itself. It was right there. Oh, there it is again. See it right by the tip of my finger. Oh no. Yeah, you can see it right there. I don't really see anything in the riffle yet. Let's get some scoops right and then we'll take a better look. See y'all in a little bit. Right up in here close. There was specks everywhere. Let's see if the camera's gonna show them off. Maybe not like that, but let's see. Boy, the sun is making it hard. Yesterday no sun made it hard. Today the sun's making it hard. There's Zach's helping me out. There's a big piece, and look at every little speck you see around that is all gold. And then there was a few more spots just like that. And then in here, sometimes I can drag a little out. I'm gonna have a hard time getting way up in that corner, but we can try. So yeah, look down here a little further, see if there's any hiding. Tell you what, let's get it in a pan and then we'll really get to see. All right, back in a minute. Well, I got it in a pan and then I did some safety panning into that blue bucket over there, and then I did some snuffer in, and I did a snuffer dump, and this is what I got with a light help. There is a pretty good pile there, and it is all over throughout a couple really nice pieces. And it runs side to side, left to right. Super happy with that. Super happy with that. Give you a super zoom look at it. Look at some of them. Nice shape to those pieces. You could feel them if you touch them, which is always good. I like the gold I can feel. And there's just little speckles everywhere. I'm going to try one more time to tap it into a smile. Oh, I tap it up and all the other stuff gets mixed in with it. And then when I try to wash it back, it all starts to float. So I just made a big old mess. I got gold floating right there all over in the water. So I'm going to get it back in the snuffer, nice and safe. There's a nice look. Nice pile of pieces there. Sneak a finger in. Where is it? Right there. There you be. I don't know if that's enough to beat the champ, but I got a good start. I haven't even made it to noon yet, so I'll get more yet today. Zach has been waiting for a spot to slew, so I said I'd get out of his way. And that's the 10-inch that's very similar to the one I made for my son. This one's got a little bit smaller flare. Overall length is shorter. And it's just, you can see there, it looks so much nicer in there than mine did. He's got plenty of drop. He's literally got drop at the end of the sluice. It's running really well. We'll throw a little bit of, there, look at that. Taking it right down. As soon as I saw him set that in there, I was like, yep, I need to make another 10-inch. I like my big 12-inch sluice, but it takes a lot of water and just the right spot to make it run. Well, this one was always much more versatile, so good luck to you, Zach. We'll be checking out your stuff real quick here. Definitely time for a little brunch. Didn't get much of a breakfast this morning. It's getting closer to lunchtime. My belly says feed me. It doesn't care what time it is. Got all the gold back in the sluice or the snuffer bottle. And I gotta go find the Rigby. I got him a treat. I got him some jerky too. And get that sandwich in me, and then yeah, I'm gonna do a little running around. Maybe do some test panning. I got a big hole to fill in, and I'll probably dig a few more buckets in a little while. Just had a nice little conversation with Lucas. He's down here, bouncing from stream to stream, spot to spot. He's finding good stuff, testing here and there in a part of the creek I haven't got to go to yet. I'm actually looking for Jason so I can give Rigby his snacks. He told me where Jason's at. So there's a big rock I want to take home. I'm going to go load that into my bike, take that back up to my truck, and then see if I can find Jason and Rigby on the way. And that'll end my lunch break, and I will get back to being a gold miner again. So we're just talking about what a beautiful October day again. I mean, blue skies. I'm in a long sleeve t-shirt, playing in the creek. What more could you ask for? It's just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. No wind, hardly any bugs. Oh. Lots of good exercise, good fun, good people, good friends. Finding some gold. What could be better? Look at this. Some jerk put a sticker on a tree. Stickers are good. I did that over a month ago and forgot to take it when I left. It's still there. I'll probably grab it today when I go home because I don't want it to be litter. Jason said in his younger days he would have taken this back to the truck. Little did he know I had already claimed it, and I knew that I had an easy way of getting it back to the truck. So, and it's a perfect time for me to go up and use the bathroom, get on some Wi-Fi quick. So, be back to the creek in no time. What are you doing? You gonna tell me where the gold is? You're gonna tell me where this is, though. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a beef stick, but...
Neighbors on the way gave him breakfast sandwiches.
They offered them to us first. But, ooh. Marty just showed me this cool rock. Wow, dude, you keeping this?
Oh, yeah.
Look at the stripes in that thing.
That's
Yeah.
for Lucas to give his assessment on.
Yeah. That's definitely not a leverite. That is so cool. See you later, Rigby. I got beef sticks for you too, buddy. Yeah, that is badass, Marty. Hard at it. Testing Marty's hole. That spot where I'm digging, every once in a while I see a little itty bitty bit of the orange, but I see 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let's see a big one. Oh, there it is too. Right in your black sand, there's one more, right? Yeah.
Not bad.
Not bad. I can see it from 3 feet away. That ain't bad at all.
Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
It's been about average.
Yeah.
Like that size.
Woohoo! I found some glass. You know what that means. It means the glacial gold hunter's right over there. He probably threw it in my hole. Alright, now I gotta put this somewhere so I can get it out of here. Alright, I got another big old bucket of pay dirt here. That's an 11-gallon bucket filled to the top. Switched up the sluice a little bit though. I grabbed Zach's 10-inch instead of my 12. Just because it was conveniently located really close to where I was at. And I know it works so good. It's not quite as fast as my 12, but it's a lot easier to get this thing running good. So we're getting lower on water, it seems. And those guys still have the good sluice spot hogged up over there. So a couple minor adjustments. I'm just gonna lower this bottom down a little bit. Well, find a smaller rock to set in there. I think maybe this guy. There we go. I felt it drop down, and you can see that sand is moving again, and it was hanging on to that a minute ago. So get just the right amount of drop, and it'll run all that blonde sand right out. Yep. Okay. Let's scoop. Big, hefty scoops on there too. Get her working. This doesn't have quite as much of an indicator mat at the head of it like mine does, but there's still a little bit of one there. And it still catches gold pretty much the same way, so. Right. I'm gonna get to scooping with 2 hands, and we'll see you guys in a little bit. Check out how I did. Well, I see 5 or 6 or 7. There's a nice one right up on top. Right there, you can see dead center of the screen. So, I don't know. Get her in a pan, see what it looks like. Another real nice smile in the pan, and that's only a quarter of what's actually in that pan. It's a lot, and it's all floating as you just saw it all floated up when I tipped the pan back. So you see it all just dancing around. So yeah, I'm gonna get that in a cons container before it all floats away, and we'll get a full cleanup done on this. We'll take a good look at it later on. Well, let's play a little game, shall we? We can test out the new YouTube interactive feature. It only works if you're a subscriber to my channel. But should I fill my hole in or double it and leave it for the next guy? If you want me to fill the hole in, go ahead and click the like button to register a vote. And if you think I should double it and leave it for the next guy, click the share button. We'll get her all tallied up, and I'll pop back in later on to let you know how the results were. Well, for everybody that clicked the like button and subscribed before you did that, you got your wish. The hole is all filled in. Thank you for using the interactive YouTube feature. The end of the day. Nice leisurely stroll. Okay, I'm not strolling. I am pulling. Got the whole load None of that stuff's even mine. I'm just pulling it out for 2 other guys. I gotta go back and get my stuff. But this is where I pick up speed. I need 2 hands to get it up the hill in one shot. Well, it's Sunday morning and it's time for me to see how I did on my last little trip to the Nugget. I have my cons right here from Wednesday and Friday, and they wouldn't fit in the little can anymore, so I dumped them into there, which worked out great. Since Jason did a challenge on Saturday, I have everything I did Saturday here, and then the stuff I snuffered up to show you guys earlier is in here. I've got a Franken-sluice going on today. So, I know from experience that this is one of the best cleanup sluices money can buy, bang for the buck, dollar for dollar, pound for pound, for catching fine gold and sending the black sands down. But I have had, and I know you other guys have had a problem with your bigger pieces that just don't have anywhere to call home. If you're lucky, a few of the bigger ones get stuck down here where the riffles get bigger. But if you end up with a little bit bigger piece, off the sluice it goes, and then you have to rerun it, find it. And I had that happen to me several times now, where I saw bigger gold in the pan, and then it wasn't there after I cleaned up, and I had to go looking for it. So I'm going to try something today. I've got this 18-inch or 16-inch little mini dream mat, and it's got the micro dream mats, and it's got the medium and the large, all in a line there. And then to keep this stuff all running true, I put it on my original homemade cleanup sluice that's got the low V mat. So I have all of the blue to catch, a little bit of the dream mat to catch, and then another foot of the low V to catch. And then if I lose anything from there, it's going to end up down in the tote, and I'm going to have to get it back later. But I am going to run all of this material. Let's throw a scoop on now just to see how it's looking. Now this is unclassified, which it would probably be better if I classified, but it is not necessary. So you can hear them bigger rocks, they're doing their thing. And I might need a little bit more water because they didn't quite make it off the end, or I might need a little bit more drop. Let's crank the water up a little, see what happens. Oops. Oops. Houston, we have a problem. There we go, here she comes. Well, a little more. That's wide open. Let's get them out of there. See what happens. And with all this extra catching going on down below, I'm okay running this a little faster. So, let's see if that works a little better, or I'll give it a few more degrees of lift. Well, it's getting through the flower gold sluice pretty well. It's getting a little bit hung up in the dream mat, but I think I'll let it ride. I think I'm just gonna, that's okay. If it's getting caught, I'm not losing it back into the bucket. So, and with 2 scoops in there, what do we see? Oh, look, there's gold, 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 gold there. There's a piece of gold right there. We see that. Where'd my finger go? Right there, tip of my finger. See that guy? Right, whoops. Well, there was some right there, and I stuck my finger too far in the water. But there's still another one right there, right there, right there. We're off to a great start. Okay, I'm going to put this camera down and go ahead and run all this through. In the meantime, I've got that camera running, and that's keeping track of everything I'm doing as well. I got a couple different videos going at once here. I might try a little bit more pitch to see what that'll do. Let me just set this phone down quick and we'll see if I can get more pitch to fix that. Okay, so I put a stick in there to give me another inch. Let's see if we can help this stuff get moving. And you know, and part of it could be that I just don't have enough water flow to make that dream mat pop right now. So either way, it's catching enough of it. I know if the gold's going to run over there, it's going to get buried down in there. I don't see anything down in this, which I'd really hope to not see anything down here. Nothing should be getting down this far today. What that doesn't catch, this should catch. So let me get it all in there. We'll get it in a pan, see what we got. Get right in. I got all the coffee can full in there. There is pieces of gold all over in there, all down in here in the bigger riffles for the bigger gold. I haven't seen a whole lot in the dream mat, but that's how they work. They bury the gold underneath all that black sand and you don't get to see anything in there. So I got one more. This guy's got to go in there. I'm going to use both hands. Okay, so I got the snuffer dumped in there, and you can really see there is a pile, a big pile in there. I'm running for a strong second place, I know for sure. Look at, and there's a bigger piece down here. Look at that big guy, got stuck right in that riffle. So I am gonna let this run for a little bit. I don't see any gold down here, and I shouldn't. Ooh, there could have been one little speck at the end there I saw, but that might have been a pyrite too. And since this is all sitting and running nice, I'm going to add another bit of elevation to it just to help work some more of those black sands out before I shut the water down. So I'll set the phone down for that. Alright, so we added a lot more elevation. Can really see those black sands working their way down slowly. I'm gonna let this run while I go over to the truck and get a pan. Ooh, I see a piece of gold. It's right in that one. Where's my finger? See it in that one spinning around? It flashes every once in a while. It's trying to bury itself down in that hole. Oh, it did. It got down in there. No, now it's in this one. It's right there. See it? Right in the corner there. So that's a piece I would have lost to the bucket. And the dream mat said, oh no you didn't. I'm liking my safety catch already. Of course this is a little bit too big to run in my office upstairs, but beautiful October morning like this with the sun out and partly cloudy skies. Hanging out by the mini excavator. This is perfect. I can get away with this for a little bit longer. It would sure be nice if that piece right there was gold, but I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully. Alright, let me go get a pan and we'll break this down and see how we did. Okay, I got a couple of pans set up, so let's go ahead and shut this water right off. Get a good look at this sluice. All that glitters is gold. Everything you see sparkly. It looks good too. Pieces all throughout. That big guy down here hanging out right there. Nice piece. See if we can see anything in here. Looks like one right there. That one that's still hanging out in there, if the camera will focus on it, right at the tip there, you can see it hanging out in there. So let's get it in a pan. See what we can see. What a mess I made cleaning that sluice out. Boy, there's gold all over, up on all the edges, here, there, and everywhere. Let's get that tapped into a pile, see what we got. We're off to a great start. Look at that smile running all the way around. Nice thick line. We'll get a finger in there for scale. And it runs all the way over to there. There's still a little bit of gold on that black sand. But it is looking good. Looking good. Now let's see what we lost. And we'll double check just to make sure nothing's stuck in these riffles. It looks pretty good. Now let's get the dream mat in, get it cleaned up, and see what we might have lost. I got a pan ready to go for that. I'm going to get some water out of it. Alright, I'll get that dream mat in there, flop it around, Get it all washed up. I'm going to set this pan over here because the other camera wants me to be right about here. So, tip this right over. I don't want to... I got a lot there. I'm going to have to wash that first, and then I can flip it over because it won't all fit in the pan. Let me set this phone down. Got the mat cleaned out, got it into a pan. Let me tap that around, maybe pan it back in my... I didn't feel like walking upstairs to get my jet dry, and I used a little bit of dish soap. This is why you use jet dry instead of dish soap. They both work great to keep your gold from floating, but one of them does this to you. So I have to try to pan in the bubble factory. We'll see how that goes. Well, I would call that a victory. I tapped this all up and I don't see any fine gold coming up. But like I thought, I lost 4 big ones. Let's get them to focus. 4 monster-sized pieces of Nugget Lake gold. I can touch, I can feel them. That one there just got stuck to me. Oh, I dropped it back in. There it is. So, yeah. Doing good, doing good. Let's see if I can get these ones in with those ones. I got a couple of them. Oh, there's no water there. There we go. And then we'll get these ones picked up. Oh, they don't wanna. They don't wanna. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Drag it, drag it, drag it. I got it. I got it on the run. Got it on the run. I'm gonna lose it in my grass. There it is. Picked up. Right there on my tippy tip of my thumb. Boop. There it is. Transferred. There's one more in there. And I do see 2 tiny little specks. We're going to get this one too. Yep, got it. Got it over there. Nice. So, just cause, let's do one more time. Now that I got them pieces out, I'll do one more check. After going through that a second time, I couldn't shake another piece of gold up. So, pretty good, pretty good. Ultimately, I think it did well. Now, I could do one more test of that little bit there just to see if anything got past all of this and got caught. And I might just do that in a second here. Let me, I'm going to go get my black sand container and put all this in with the black sand. And I'm going to get that snuffered up. Actually, I'm going to leave that just like that because I got to run the rest of my cons. And so this is going to be my Saturday. Did I win? I got some big ones. I got a whole lot of little ones. I got a smile that goes from here all the way around to here. You see it. Gotta be 2 or 3 ounces in there for sure. Maybe not. But yeah, let me go get this into a cons bucket. And then we're going to run the rest of Friday and Saturday and see what my total is. So off camera, I just cleaned the end there. I didn't find any gold in there. I did get a lot of more black sands. But look at that garnet. That is a monster big Nugget Lake garnet for the win. Yeah, unbelievable how large that is. So now we're going to run the rest of this. But this is definitely my Saturday take for Nugget Lake. Look at that. Big pieces all over in there. Smiles all over in there. I don't know who won, but you guys can be the judge. I'll take a first runner-up. I don't mind that at all. Jason jumped all over the place. I found one nice hole and just stuck with it the whole time. So, look there. There's a little bit more pay dirt left in the lid. I might have had another piece in there. We'll throw that in with this one. But, yeah. Oh, there's even a piece of gold up there in the riffles. Woohoo! Okay, we're going to get to it now with the rest so I can get my whole weekend total. I'm just going to run this through quick, and then we'll meet you back in the camera here when I get it going into the pans. Alright, all the cons are in from Wednesday and Friday. It is looking good. Looking real good. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. I never did look to see if I could see any big pieces floating around down here, but we'll check them at the end. More importantly, I don't see anything down here, although there is one suspect looking piece right there. I think that's gold. I think it might be. I think that might be gold too. Now I will say this time I fed this a lot faster and harder. So maybe I sent some gold over. Maybe I sent some gold into that tote and it's going to end up in that hole in my driveway for after I'm dead. Someone can dig up the driveway and find a penny's worth of gold. So we've let this run. Look at that big piece popping out. Yeah! Another couple big ones there. And just a minefield, star field, a whole galaxy of gold up in there. Okay, shut this down. Get another look at it. Look at all that. That's pretty good for a couple of days in the creek. About an 8 bucket total, 7 bucket total, somewhere in there. I'll take that for sure. Let's get it in a pan. Well, I definitely got to tap it a little bit more, but look at that. As far as you can see, gold up the riffle. Let's see if the sun wants to help me or make it worse. I'm not sure. There you got a good look at her. Look at all those pieces. Look at all those pieces. And there's still a little bit down here in the black sands. A little bit in that pile in the black sands. I will, when I get all done playing here, get all of this in one container, and I'll go up and sit down and run it across the miller table, get it clean. The gold ripping miller table, and then I'll dry it and weigh it. Why not? Why not? Do the whole process for you. I got to get this in with that so I can get a whole total, and then I got to clean that up yet and pick the pieces out of there and add them to that as well. See you in a minute. Well, I went through it over and over and over, and all I could find was that one piece right there. See if I can get it picked up. Yep, right on the tip of my finger there. See it? Get that over in here. And I went through that 2 or 3 times thinking that can't be right, but it's what I found. So I'm going to get that in with my cons and just do the tailing of this because I thought I saw a couple specks in there. Let's see what's in there. Be right back. Well, I checked it over and over and over, and I don't see anything in that pan at all. So that means that nothing got out of the dream mat, just as I expected. So an overall really successful test. At this point, I'm just going to say, hey man, this has been a great weekend. Let me get this tapped up into one big pile, and we'll take another peek at her. 1 second. Made a beautiful smile in the pan for a 3-day total. Look at that. Bam, all the way across, nice and thick. There might be a little bit down in that sand yet, but not as much as there was before. But yeah, it starts way over here and just takes right off like a meteor trail. All right. I'm probably going to run that across the miller table and dry it. We'll see. Until then, though, just in case it doesn't make it to this video, thank you guys so much for watching this. We'll be talking real soon here about my 500 subscriber giveaway. Start clicking that subscribe button, sharing this video out, getting it in front of some more people. I make good content. Let's get the people watching it, get me moving a little faster. That would be just awesome. And I thank each and every last one of you, Lucas and Jason. It was fun hanging out with you, as it always is. Marty, Benza, Andrew, Austin. Oh, geez, who else was there? Michelle. Miss Michelle was there. A couple other guys. I don't remember all the names. Thank you all so much. It was a great time. And, I can't forget Brian, the heavy metal prospector. He's in on some of this action as well. So I will talk with you guys all soon. See you in the next video. Thank you very much.
But wait! There's more!
Got the Gold Ripper doing what it does best. It's all running down. Most of that's been washed clean already. Does the light help? There we go. Some more light. Look at the size of that flake in there. And then if I hurry up and get down here, you can see where it's still washing some black sands down. Turn the light off. Ooh, yeah, there you can see a trail going. There's a little bit down here at the end. It is just doing its thing. And there's a little bit of gold in that last section, but not much. A couple, two pieces right there. Maybe I lost a piece or two, but the majority of it is all right there. I'll go with no light for a minute. Light or no light, it's kind of different each way. So yeah, we'll get this in the container and let it dry out. Get it weighed up. Well, that took a lot longer than I really care to admit. And I still have just a little bit of gold left in there. Each time you run it down that, you get a little bit, and you just keep doing it over and over and over. And I guess I didn't really check that. Oh, I do see gold all around that paintbrush. Whoops, there's some more. I used the magnet to pull a bunch out, and I was going to check that again, and I kind of forgot. But I got a 1/10 in there. So that's what I got. A 1/10 plus a little bit, plus a little bit. And you'd have to really work your butt off to get much more than that there in a weekend. But that's what it is.
Hi.
What else do you...
Subscribe.
Like and subscribe. That's right, buddy.